Yep. All right, 20 seconds till we're in. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Riley Puddin Peters, coming to you live with the doctor, defensive backs, quality control coach, Preston Rowe. It's the Trash Talk Tailgate. And today we have to discuss chaos because, man, oh man, if chaos did not ring the doorbell and invite itself over this Saturday night, I guess the whole day, actually, not just the night. It was one upset after another. It was crazy stuff all around. I mean, some absolute absurd endings to a couple games. Really, truly, just the kind of college football you tune in to watch. I mean, I think that's easy enough to say. Dr. Preston, yeah.
That's why I fell in love with college football, because every single week it's just chaos. Yeah, I am strictly on Team Chaos, and I love it. I mean, even on weeks that you don't think are going to be bangers, college football never disappoints. That's
absolutely, why I love it. I get it, dude. I get it. It never disappoints. And, especially on a week like this that's so historic, the week the TTT reached 200 subscribers on YouTube, one of the biggest things that's happened in a long time for sure. It's almost newsworthy. I don't know what else this week would be newsworthy besides us reaching 200 subscribers.
Riley, the best part about that is that it happened Tuesday night. And
what else happened?
Only thing that happened this week happened on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it's the most important thing that happened. The Trash Talk Tailgating reaching 200 subscribers on YouTube. Yep. So first and foremost, we have to say thank you to the Trash Talk community.
Yes.
Thank you to all of our folks out there holding it down for us. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep coming back and watching. We hope you tune into a live stream. Yeah, that's really, it's awesome, dude. 200 subscribers is a great accomplishment, just a small stepping stone into our biggest goals. And, the next goal for me in my mind is we need 1,000.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, thank you guys so much. We've worked really, really hard to get here. You guys are the reason that we do this, and we just want to continue to grow and climb. We've got a bunch of stuff coming up, later in the year that we're really, really excited about, and it's going to be a banger.
Oh, dude, we got some bangers. Fantastic. We got some bangers in the works, folks, man.
Yes.
Keep on hanging with us.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever thought we were stagnating, then you just don't know what's coming down the pipe, and I hope you stick around for it because it's going to be absolutely sick.
Oh yeah!
All right, now we've done gassed ourselves up a little bit. We got to get to the thing that we're here to get to.
Yes.
And before we start with the real, the real meat and potatoes of it, I do have a nice little best top plays from week 11. So we're gonna enjoy this.
Jalen Murrow.
Bro. Jinx, throw me a soda. This play was electric.
I basically put the game away.
Honestly, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
This was on. This was a crazy play. just a screen. Oh, this. Listen, we're gonna get to the trash talk, the Trash Talk Cup, but that interception. This interception was one of the sickest interceptions I think I've ever seen. I'm like, not just being biased, like any guy on any team, like this could be exactly flipped. This could have been a Virginia Tech player picking this off. This is such a sick catch out of this kid, dude. He pins it on his inner leg or outer leg and just fucking, ugh. Yo, that wasn't even the best one. I thought the one to Squirrel White was better.
Yeah. Ooh. Special teams touchdown for the
Brent Venables. Special teams guy.
Yep.
All
It was
right.
pretty cool. They didn't
That
show
was
the
pretty
scooping
sick.
scores. Yeah.
Don't
We're
worry,
gonna
we'll
get to
have
all
them.
of that.
I was about
So
to say, it was a short. ESPN only
yeah,
gave you the absolute goldfishiest food.
it's true.
Oop, hold on.
If you want real meat and potatoes football, you come watch the TTT.
Absolutely, man. And speaking of real meat and potatoes football, we got two games that we just kind of going to plow through real fast. And of
Yeah.
course, that's first one being Maryland versus Oregon. This was the butt kicking it should have been. No one's really surprised. 39-18. Oregon still looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Gabriel, 3 touchdowns, only 183 yards. But really, like,
They
the
didn't need
defense,
him to throw the ball.
yeah, dude. The running game was great. The defense was good.
Yeah.
I mean, he has 3 touchdowns, only 183 yards. One, because the offense ran for 180 total. That's crazy. That's a good day. That's a good day. But the big thing is, I mean, these guys, the Maryland quarterback, Billy Edwards Jr., he throws 2 picks. If I'm not mistaken, yep, he also lost a fumble.
Yes.
3 turnovers. Pretty sure all of them turned into touchdowns. So,
yeah.
listen,
when you turn the
that'll
ball
do it.
over against Oregon and when you give them short fields, it's a recipe for disaster. And that's why Oregon didn't really have to play their best, just because Maryland was essentially giving them the game.
Dude,
And you can't
we got a
do
bub
that.
play though. One of the
Ooh,
greatest
okay.
plays from this game is Dylan Gabriel setting an FBS record. I'm pretty sure all-time scoring.
Yes.
From this play right here, which just is also a big man touchdown. Look at this slip out. That's a 91, dude. That's a D lineman getting that baby.
Oh no.
You think he was blocking? You think they brought a D lineman in to block? Are you
Nah.
crazy? Look at this dude's like, oh, he's blocking me. No, wait, where'd he go?
Yeah.
Numero nueve. You lost yourself, Bubba. And that's a big man touchdown. Nothing better
That is
than
a
that.
big man touchdown. We love our bubs on this show, Riley.
Dude, how could you not, though, man?
How could you not love the big, ugly bastards up front? Always got to show them love when they score.
I mean, look at both of these touchdowns right now. You see why the yardage is so short. I mean, they were within the 10-yard line for both of these so far.
Exactly. Maryland kept on giving Oregon short fields. I mean, honestly, shout out to our boy Jack Lee. He's a big Maryland fan. Maryland, they probably played this game tougher than most people would have expected.
Yeah,
but
dude.
Oregon
I mean, they fought. They didn't give in. They just, too sloppy. But that's the team. That's the level of team Maryland is. When they're playing equal competition or lesser, that's a good squad. They're tight. But when they get against the better teams, it's just the recruiting difference is obvious, and a lot of it's discipline.
Yeah.
There comes a certain level where it's not just athletic talent that makes you the difference between a 1-star, a 2-star, a 4-star, a 5-star. There's other intangibles in there. And I think this isn't the same one, is it? No. Okay. Got another one. This is the farthest one so far we've seen. It's from the 17.
Yeah.
This one's 17 yards out. This might as well be the longest pass of the night.
Just a crossing route to Evan Stewart. I mean,
all right. But real quick, this rundown. Like I said, they had 180 rushing as a team. Dylan Gabriel threw for 183. No lost fumbles, no interceptions.
No.
Defense, not what you would expect out of them, especially against a team like Maryland, but lots of pass deflections. I'd expect more sacks out of them. Where is Mateo Uiagalelei? His only stat, 1 pass deflection.
Yeah.
That's a DN, dog. His only stat is a pass deflection. What the hell? This team, obviously we've talked about it a bunch of times. This was my early season pick to be a national champion, and
that looks better and better, Riley.
Yeah, dude. Like we said last week, it got a little sketchy there at the beginning, but now it's starting to tighten up, and they're looking like a good squad, man. Dan Lanning knows this.
you know how you know a team is really well coached?
How do you know?
They get better and better every single week. Like they might not start out
dude.
great, but they get better and better and better.
That
and
is,
yeah,
that's a fact, dude. There's nothing worse than watching your team regress. I have a whole bit on that I'm going to get to later. But I just real quick, I want to watch this. This is Long Island sneaking a tush push.
Oh, dude, let's go.
Pretty simple, and he's out of there. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yo, look at the two linemen. Did you see the two linemen high-fiving mid-run?
No, I didn't.
Let's go about right here. These two right here, watch.
Oh, let's go. That's
Yo,
awesome.
Also, why is big man number 21? What the fuck?
I don't know.
The dude that made the high five, that's number 21.
That is number 21.
Why is Big No Dead? He is of the,
he might be like
linemen.
a D tackle. He might be like a D tackle.
Honestly, you know what my bet is? Oh yeah.
What?
No, this is 100% what it is. I just saw this. Everyone else has last names. This jersey doesn't. This is second jersey.
Oh,
you ever have a dude with a second jersey number?
Yeah,
I got 1 year to do this, and goddamn it, if I didn't get concussed out of actually ever being able to do this. But there was 1 year when I was in high school where we fucking pulled a second jersey for me to be able to do backfield stuff.
To be able to be eligible.
And that's hilarious, dude.
And
he's the one that pushed. Okay, so they put him at running back.
Okay.
And he's the one that pushed the tush.
Cool.
And he literally, dude, he bulldozed them through the pile.
That's awesome.
All right. Had nothing to do. I just saw that highlight earlier, and we're the Trash Talk Tailgate, dude. What are we if we don't break down some sick stuff like that?
Exactly.
Especially when the next game that we're going to talk about is just another absolute stomping, another steamrolling, the Purdue Boilermakers. A team that did have a highlight that is very personal to the Trash Talk Tailgate. Our first video to ever reach 1,000 views. Man, I'm half tempted to go look that up. But what'd you see out of Ohio State in this one, Dr. Preston?
They're so good that they made Gus Johnson, who is notoriously like a very hype and energetic commentator. They're so good that they made him bored. I don't know if you saw that, but Ohio State got a scoop and score with Jack Sawyer, and Gus Johnson was just like, wow, Jack Sawyer again, touchdown Ohio State. Like
he's like, oh God, so
at that point it was 35-0.
It's
like,
really
damn, dude.
I mean, dude, they go out and they just dominate sometimes. But that's what you want your best team to do, right? Like you want them to be that squad.
Yes. I mean, whenever you're the number 2 team in the nation and you're playing a 1-7, now 1-8 Purdue team that's just not very good.
Yeah.
This is what you want. You just want them to just, get out early and then just put it in cruise control.
Yeah, dude.
And that's exactly what Ohio State did.
That's what you got to do, man. Don't let anyone get hurt. Play smart. Yep. Give yourself momentum. Good plays. Speaking of good plays, I found it.
You found it? Oh no, this is Purdue, Indiana.
I mean, I know it's Purdue that did it though.
Oh yeah, it's Purdue. Yep.
Yeah.
This is. You know what we call this, Riley? Call it the Dick Six.
The Dick Six.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, dude. I had to, man. I had to talk about that. That was the only good thing Purdue has done in the past 3 years is give us that highlight.
True.
And I don't want to get to Ohio State, but it couldn't talk about Purdue without bringing that up. It's just such a classic. But yeah, man, 173 yards as a team on the ground. That's big work out of Ohio State. That's rushing. This attack. We all know what you're gonna get, man. Like you're lining up, and you're gonna get Judkins. You're gonna get Henderson. They have some pretty solid wide receivers that'll take an end around every once in a while. There's a lot, dude. There's a large attack that's going to be coming right at you, and they've got some bubs up front, man. Some absolute dogs.
Well, their offensive line has been injured. You know that they lost their best offensive lineman, left tackle Josh Simmons, for the year a few weeks ago in the Oregon game, and they've kind of been shuffling around guys.
Listen,
but against a team like
sign?
Purdue.
Against great team like Purdue. But honestly, though, back to things that are great signs about coaching. You just brought up getting better every week is a great sign. Another great sign is like kids being able to step up. That's such a great sign for your recruiting. It shows how powerful your recruiting is, how good your coaching is. Guys being able to step up is very, very, very important in football. Injuries can happen in an absolute second. So, that's very, very important. And they've stepped up. This is an 8-1 team with injuries. They've still been able to perform. Lost a big one, but they lost it to an absolutely electric Duck squad.
So Riley, we're probably not going to talk about Ohio State a whole lot next week because they play Northwestern, but then in 2 weeks they play 10-win Indiana at home.
Dude, I'm sorry, you mean 10-win Indiana?
10-win Indiana. And that's
not 9-win Indiana, baby. That's 10-win Indiana.
10-win Indiana. Talk to your kids about 10-win Indiana. So Indiana gets a bye this week. So they have an extra week of preparation to go into Ohio State and try to pull off, typically it would be a massive upset. Yeah, the upset. I'm telling you, dude,
it is.
Curt Cignetti does not fuck around. As someone who has coached against him, Curt Cignetti does not fuck around.
I don't expect him to against Ohio State, man.
No.
You don't. That's going to be such a big game.
Yeah.
That is Ohio State's lifeblood into the conference championship right now. And that's crazy to think that, like, Ohio State's chance to fight for a Big Ten conference championship is beating Indiana.
Yeah.
And, that's damn near their only chance.
Yeah. Wow, it's also crazy to think that in a big game like this, Ohio State's coming into the game with the worst record.
Yeah, the worst record being 8-1, 5-1 in the conference.
Yeah.
It's
not undefeated.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And that's what's so fucking wild about it is they're not Indiana is undefeated.
Yes.
They've slogged through this Big Ten too, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. There's some good teams that they had to play, and they did their thing. This isn't that easy of a conference. Even the middle is all right. Obviously it's not the SEC, but it can get kind of harrowing there through the middle. That's for sure.
It can absolutely get hairy. Yeah.
I don't have much else to say about Ohio State. It's just too much of a butt kicking, and there's no video when you do them. So.
When I'll just say this, when Emeka Egbuka, your second best receiver, and who's probably going to be a first-round draft pick, when he has one catch for 10 yards and you still win 45-0, that just shows you what kind of game this was.
Yeah, dude. No, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Speaking of games that were absolutely insane, though, it's time to get to one of the first ones of the chaos.
Let's go.
We have Ole Miss versus Georgia. Number 3 Georgia versus number 16 Ole Miss.
So, Riley,
yeah,
just to kind of set this up, we said So if you haven't seen it, go watch our Carson Beck video from a week ago when we talk about how poorly Carson Beck is playing. And in that video, we talked about how if Carson Beck goes into the Grove, goes into Oxford playing like this, where you're completing less than 40% of your passes when you're pressured, when you're blitzed, turning the ball over, not making good, smart decisions, throwing the ball right into linebackers' hands. Like, if you go into Oxford playing like this against this Ole Miss team,
It's gonna
you're
look
gonna
like
lose.
this.
You're gonna lose. It's gonna look like this.
Boom.
They didn't listen, bro.
They did not listen, man.
No.
And it's crazy that we not only did we say all that, we specifically referenced this Ole Miss matchup and how dangerous it was for Georgia to go in there playing like they have been. Like, and it came through full sail. I mean, he threw an interception. He had 2 fumbles, lost one, along with one of their top running backs doing the same thing. I mean, they let the ball touch the dirt 4 times, and gave away 2 of them. I mean, that's so sloppy, so sloppy,
sloppy football.
very sloppy.
That's not something we're used to seeing from a Kirby Smart coach Georgia team.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, on top of the Kirby Smart coach team, Lane Kiffin, dude, you were saying it throughout the thing. Lane Kiffin, he finally gets a win against someone he, should have beat.
No, shouldn't have
beat. Sorry,
shouldn't
have beat.
He'll beat everyone he's supposed to beat. It's can he beat a team that he's not supposed to beat? And he finally did it.
Can he get an upset? Sorry. I was distracted by that first highlight. That Jackson Dart interception was really bad.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, that threw me off so hard. I was like, what the hell did he do? They won this game? Man, I mean.
But then he makes throws like that, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I mean, you could tell he had to go to the locker room and get an ankle looked at. That was a tip ball right there. That's a rough one. I mean, interceptions late will hurt you.
Yeah. I mean, so Riley, I thought the big story of the game was so Ole Miss, they spent a lot in the transfer portal. They went out, they got Walter Nolan, a big defensive lineman from Texas A&M. They went out and they spent money to especially beef up their lines of scrimmage, especially on the D line. And my big takeaway from this game was Ole Miss, their D line and their front 7, they had 9 tackles for loss and 5 sacks. They got push on the Georgia offensive line. And Georgia, they've dealt with injuries. Tate Ratledge, he's been out. He's been kind of working his way back in. He's one of their best offensive linemen, but they got push up front, and that was a huge key to the game because Georgia, we typically don't see them get pushed around up front unless they're playing Alabama. But even then,
it's a challenge, dude. I mean, those are some big bubs over there, man.
Yeah. I mean, so the fact that Ole Miss got that amount of pressure and that amount of push up front, like, I thought that was a huge key to the game. Georgia couldn't run the ball. Like, their long run was 12 yards, and that was by Dylan Bell, a wide receiver, on an end around. Like, they could not run the ball. I mean,
this was a very sloppy game from both teams, though.
They averaged 59 yards. They had 59 yards rushing on 33 attempts. That's 1.8 yards per attempt.
Yeah. I mean,
that's crazy.
That's ridiculous. I mean, one of our favorite stats to talk about, though, this was just this is a weird game. This was a weird game. Like, looking at the stats definitely cements that in my brain. It's like that cements the stuff that I saw. I mean, third down efficiency. Neither team was good. I mean, 14 from Georgia is the best. 4 of 13 out of Ole Miss is crazy. The fact that they won is wild. 1 for 1 on 4th down. I mean, their defense, dude, that, like you said, that front 7, the line specifically, they really put a stranglehold on the running game of Georgia that's been pretty dominant. 1.8 yards per carry is crazy.
That's crazy. And that's Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia, dude. Not yeah.
That's Georgia.
It's they got two good backs. They've got traditionally a very strong offensive line. So yeah, that's impressive, man. That's big work out of the Ole Miss Rebs, dude. I mean, we knew this was a good team, dude. We talked about it. Jackson Dart can absolutely sling it. This team's got a lot of energy around them. I think a lot of that nastiness with 3 for 14 on third downs. A lot of that did come while Austin Simmons was under center when Jackson Dart was hurt. Not a lot happened in that little period. But yeah, I mean, they show up at home. Oxford was rocking.
Yes.
Like they did what they needed to do. Funny enough, they were rocking so hard, they prematurely tried to storm the field.
Whenever Ole Miss gets a win like this, because it doesn't happen often, and this is the first time it's happened in the Lane Kiffin era. A lot of times you're like, oh, okay, that was a fluke. Like when they beat Alabama back in, I think, 2015 in Tuscaloosa, like Lane Kiffin wasn't the coach then, it was Hugh Freeze. But like they literally had like a ball bounce off the DB's helmet and they score off that. Like it felt very fluky. This didn't feel like a fluke. This was Ole Miss beating the shit out of Georgia.
Yeah, no, this did not feel like a fluke.
No.
It'd be hard pressed to say that this was a fluke, man. Like they showed up and they played ball.
Yeah.
Hurt quarterback, all the odds against him. He's so mad. He definitely dropped a hard F-bomb on that one.
Yeah.
The premature field storming is great.
Yep.
They had to push everyone off the field.
That's crazy.
Just so they can eat it one more time.
Yeah.
Dickhead Kirby Smart with the last time out.
So, Riley, this loss means that now the SEC race is chaos. I don't know if you want to pull up the standings, but
let's go look at it. I mean, they were right there,
dude.
but here they are right here. Yeah, dude. I mean, the Tennessee Texas A&M championship game. What?
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, that'd be wild.
So I mean, and look, so Georgia, I saw last night, they now have a 19% chance to get to Atlanta. That's Georgia.
Yeah, dude, Georgia. I mean, the perennial powerhouses, Georgia, Alabama, it's like they've got low percentage chances of making the conference championship and the playoff, which is crazy. Tell me at the beginning of this season, someone said Tennessee, Texas A&M for the SEC championship. I mean, listen, there's still a couple weeks left. Plenty of chaos can happen. We're definitely not secure in that standing.
No.
But tell me that in July, if someone said, what would the SEC standings be in week 11, early November?
Yes.
What are you looking like? And tell me you would have said Tennessee, Texas A&M at top.
You're lying. You'd be lying.
Dog,
there's no way.
You'd be crazy. You'd be crazy.
Crazy.
And that's what we're looking at, dude. I mean, Georgia 5-2 in the conference. Ole Miss 4-2 in the conference. Alabama 4-2 in the conference. LSU 3-2 in the conference.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, everybody thought Tennessee was going to be good, 5-1. Hey, Texas only being 4-1. That's it's just chaos, dude. Absolute chaos. Like we said, it's hard to tell who's going to be in Atlanta. That's for sure.
No, we might be in Atlanta, Riley.
We got brawls in Atlanta. Kinda. Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't have much else to say for this one, but the chaos definitely ensued, man. Ole Miss, hotty toddy.
True. Hotty toddy. Dude, good for Ole Miss. That's a huge win for that program. That's a huge win for Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, dude,
You
is
did
a
it.
signature win. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge signature win. So
All
congratulations to Ole Miss.
right. We got another signature win to discuss. This one's for the boys out in Atlanta, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Yes.
This is another bit of chaos. So, I mean, I'm thankful for this game personally.
Yes.
This game means a lot for me.
Why is that, Riley?
Well, because now with the Miami Hurricanes falling to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, Clemson slides into that top spot in the ACC with SMU. So, if we can beat the Citadel and go on to beat South Carolina,
I don't know,
there's a
dude.
solid chance that we could walk ourselves to Charlotte and still compete.
Yeah.
I mean, we will finish 6-1 in the conference. That is pretty much decided at this point.
Have you played all your conference games?
Yes, sir. Yeah, all we got left is Citadel and South Carolina.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure. Oh no, we have Pitt. That's right. Never mind.
Okay, yeah.
Pitt next
I
week.
was like, that doesn't sound right. Yeah.
I was missing a week. Oh, I mean, listen, if we beat Pitt, I think if we beat Pitt, I mean, dude, we're talking about this. Let's get back to this game.
Yeah.
Miami, Georgia Tech.
Yes.
You're
the one that brought
this
it
was
up,
breaking.
motherfucker.
I was trying to be quick with it.
No, I get it.
Nothing will derail being quick, like being wrong.
True.
All right, but Georgia Tech, dude, this is a team I love to watch, dude. Big game Ja Tech. That's just what you got to remember, because these dudes can show up. If it's a team that should beat them on a platform that everyone's watching, they will probably pull an upset. Ask Florida State. I mean, now at this point, Florida State's trash. But week 0, they were number 10 in the country.
Yeah.
And in Dublin, Georgia Tech gave them kind of a spankings. And ever since then, it's been a rocky road for the Yellow Jackets. Right now, they're sitting at 6-4 after this big win. Middling in the ACC, but they're a dangerous, dangerous team because their running game is wild.
They ran for 271 yards on 48 carries. That's 5.6 yards a carry, 2 rushing touchdowns. I mean, so Riley, to your point, you want to hear a crazy stat that I heard last night, and I had to go back and double check it.
Give it to me.
So Brent Key in his tenure at Georgia Tech has a better record against ranked ACC teams than he does against unranked ACC teams.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. This team will expose you, though. Like,
yes.
They run Georgia Tech back in the day traditionally was one of the triple option teams.
They were tough.
I mean, as tough as any of them. I mean, they literally ran the same playbook as Army and Navy back a few years ago, but without the recruiting limitations that come from the service academies. That's a big challenge, right? Or that's a big challenge breaker for sure. But they still, Brett Key has that passion for running the ball. He's a former offensive lineman himself.
What does he want to do, Riley?
Run the ball.
There we go.
He wants to run the ball, and they do that stuff legit.
Yes.
I mean, they just old school line up. Sometimes, we might throw a pass like this at you.
Yeah.
And when it happens, it usually hits because no one's expecting it. But a lot of it's just big boys up front getting after it. I mean, this was a good game, dude. Miami should have won this.
but
they shouldn't. the same time.
So you have to give Georgia Tech credit. They came in with a great game plan. Their defense played really well. So Miami, in every single game they've played this year, they had scored 36 points or more. Georgia Tech held them to 23.
Yeah, dude.
So their defense played really well. So Miami, they've had injuries on defense throughout the year, especially on the D line. They struggle to stop the run, as we know. That's in large part because of injuries up front. But they've also had backups playing in the secondary. So a key part of Georgia Tech's game plan was they were going to get guys out in space on the edge, and they were going to make Miami's backup corners and safeties make tackles in the run fit. And Miami struggled to do that consistently.
They really did, dude. But that run game is so strong. It really is damn near impossible to kind of counteract it. Defensive stats, I mean, the 3 sacks, 4 tackles for a loss, that's pretty big, out of a team that's not expected to do much.
No.
That's the kind of numbers you want to come in. They had the strip sack late. And, Campbell Ward, dude, 25 for 39, 348, and 3 touchdowns. This is a crazy stat line.
His stat line looks good, but if you watch the game, he just seemed kind of off.
It's true, yeah. And they were lots of miscommunications.
He didn't look – so Cam Ward typically, he looks under control. Like he looks – it's almost like he's not even trying and like he doesn't even care. Like that's how in control he is. Yeah, he looked out of control. He looked – I don't want to say flustered. He just looked a little off yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. And they had an 8.9 average against 13.9 average receiving, but they had a lot of long plays. And so a lot of the throws that he was making in reality were kind of these short, choppy throws, and they just weren't doing much, man. They stalled a lot. Obviously, they only put up 23 points. A lot of it was early. And then some a little bit late, but
Riley,
this time of possession difference is crazy. This is why Georgia Tech won, dude.
Yeah, I mean they kept the ball from Miami. Miami didn't do themselves any favors because they were 3 of 10 on third down, like you said. They kept on stalling out on drives. But
1 of 4 also. This hurts too, dude. 1 of 4 on 4th down.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing, Riley, like you said, so Georgia Tech, they kept the ball away from Cam Ward and Miami. And once they got into the red zone, they converted. They had 4 red zone trips, and they scored a touchdown on all 4 trips.
That's what you got to do, dude.
Yeah. Miami had 3 red zone trips where they didn't get anything, and they just turned the ball over on downs. It's
rough, dude. That's
real
rough. And back shouts, Haynes King, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he 6 for 6 for 32 yards and a touchdown is an all-time stat line, but 20 carries for 93 yards and a touchdown as well. That he is the lifeblood of this team. His dual threat abilities really kind of make Georgia Tech dangerous. And he gets so many carries. I mean, everyone else, Jamal Hayes, 3 carries for 83 yards. Only 3 carries, though. Singleton, 6 carries for 34, 6 carries for 26. 20 carries for 93 is such an outlier in this offense. And he is the heart and soul. And this was a great game for him. He really, in these big games when they need to win, he steps up. And then on the defense, where is he at? Let's see his Kyle Effort. This kid, dude. Look at this. 6 tackles, 2 solo, a sack, a tackle for loss. This dude, Kyle Effort, just shows up, man. On their defense, he's 44. He models himself after the Boz, Brian Bosworth, legendary Oklahoma linebacker. He's got the big pads and everything. Him and Haynes King, dude, on the respective sides, the quarterback and the middle linebacker, they bring so much energy to this team. And when they're performing like they were, I mean, Georgia can go and beat some good teams. Georgia Tech can go and beat some good teams.
I mean, Riley, you know who they play at the end of the year in rivalry week, right?
Oh, baby. There's only one rivalry that hurts so good. That's them want to go play Georgia. I mean, as lopsided in-state rivalries get.
Yeah.
I mean, they got it. But I feel like, this is a team that could do it. Georgia, I mean, listen, it's going to be another upset for sure. Like, it's not going to be an easy game for them. But if they can come up and play like they played here, I mean, that's a winnable game for them right now with the way that Georgia's been playing.
If Carson Beck continues to play like he's been playing, Georgia Tech could absolutely win that game.
Yeah. I mean, that time of possession stuff is real.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. I mean, there's nothing an offense can do if they're not on the field.
Yeah,
you just have to sit there.
But Georgia's got a really good defense, so Georgia Tech's really gonna have to pull it out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, man. Any last thoughts for this game before we wrap it up?
I mean, just that's a huge win for Brent Key. Georgia Tech is going bowling, and Miami. This could have really hurt Miami. Like, we don't know all the scenarios that are going to play out, but Miami could potentially have missed out on the college football playoff because of this loss.
Yeah, I mean, they got Wake Forest and Syracuse left in the schedule, and then, I mean, that's it. So, two conference games, obviously that's important, but Miami, this is a loss you can't have, dude. Yeah, I mean, this late in the season, this is one that you just gotta show up and you gotta play great football. You can't allow those things to happen, but they happened.
It did happen.
Another whipping. We have Texas absolutely steamrolling Florida, 49-17. I really don't have much to say about this one. I don't know what you got. Anything good for this one?
We talked about Florida's schedule, at the beginning of the year. It was probably the hardest schedule I've ever seen like for a college football program. This was a really hard game to get up for, I feel like, because after losing, close to your huge rival Georgia last week, playing with your third string quarterback, I mean, you don't have DJ Lagway in this game. Like, now you have to go on the road to a really good Texas team in Austin. This was just a hard game to get up for. Florida's been decimated by injuries. I mean, you're just like, Florida's the classic team of, like, if you blow them out early, it's going to be a blowout because they're going to quit because they know they have no chance. If you let them hang around, they're going to start to feel like, oh, we have a chance. They're going to get confident. That's what happened with Georgia last week.
For sure, yeah.
And I mean, it's just, Texas, they go up 21-35, nothing early, Florida never had a shot in this game. I mean,
they didn't, dude. Bevo was feasting, dog. I mean, it was
Gator for dinner.
Big game. Quinn Ewers, 19 for 27 with the angel numbers, the triple threes, 3-3-3, 5 touchdowns. The rushing game, 210 yards on the ground as a team. Isaiah Bond had a massive one that he broke. The wide receiver catching the handoff, broke it for 44. I wonder if that's going to be. We got a highlight on that. Come on now, give me one of those. Dang, no way, no highlight on that. That was such a big play.
There's so many. There are only so many highlights you can show, Riley.
There's a lot here.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, I mean,
this game is also. What were you saying?
So what are you gonna do? Keep going.
Yeah. So this game is also funny because literally the day before on Friday, the Florida athletic director gave a statement saying that they are going to keep their coach Billy Napier through the end of this year into next year. And it's just really funny because you announce that and then Florida goes out and absolutely shits the bed against Texas. I mean, no one thought they were going to win that game, but it's just funny.
And they had a lot of injuries. I mean, Aiden Warner, the true freshman third stringer. I mean, they were only mildly satisfied with true freshman DJ Lagway, who's kind of a freak athlete.
Yes.
When you get to true freshman Aiden Warner, who's kind of just a white boy, it's it's a bad day. 12. I mean, he had Christmas, dude. 12-25. He threw Christmas today. That's not a great stat line.
No. 2 interceptions.
Yeah, 2 interceptions, only 132 yards. I mean, they just struggled. Jacoby Jackson and Jaden Baugh, they really, all of the energy behind this Florida team was in the backfield. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. There's not much more to say, man. Texas just steamrolled.
Yeah. I mean, look, yeah. I mean, Texas, they had 562 total yards. Florida's 329. I mean, honestly, the shocker is that Florida got 329. Like,
yeah,
to be honest.
all that backfield, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
out of Jacoby Jackson, 88 out of Ball. I mean, that's a lot of their energy right there. That's most of it. All right, another whipping. Penn State beating up on Washington. We keep saying
I didn't really get a chance to watch this game.
I didn't either, but
yeah,
this is exactly what you're supposed. I mean, this is not the Washington Huskies under Kalen DeBauer, so really don't expect much. There's also no highlights from it, so I don't have a lot to say. Tyler Warren still showing up, 8 catches for 75 yards. That's big.
Penn State is kind of in that Ole Miss category, until yesterday. Penn State, they always beat teams they're supposed to beat. They're a really good program, but can they ever take that next step and beat Ohio State when they're rolling? Yeah. Can they beat an Oregon? I know they don't play Oregon this year, but can they beat those quality of teams to kind of elevate their program to where they eventually want to get to? Ole Miss showed that they finally did it. They can do it.
Yeah,
can Penn State do it?
I don't think, dude. Honestly, I don't think Penn State could beat Indiana, to be honest.
Ooh, okay.
I don't think they could beat Indiana. I don't think they could beat Oregon. I don't think they could beat Ohio State. Not this year. Good squad though. Penn State's a very, very good squad. I mean, obviously they're 5-1, 8-1 overall.
Yeah,
5-1 of the conference. But that's a good team. But after seeing what they did against OSU, I don't think they could cut their teeth in that top right now.
That's a fair point.
I mean, I really don't have much else to say. I'm just going to keep moving. We got plenty of games to get to.
Yeah.
Tennessee, they play. I mean, I can't say this is a whipping. I mean, 33-14 is definitely big numbers, but this was a game that Mississippi State definitely wasn't going to win.
No.
But there was a few moments where I was like, is Tennessee trying to give the game away?
No.
And that's the thing that you got to worry about with this Tennessee squad. I mean, they in their loss, they are a team that likes to give the game away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you got, a young quarterback, Iamaleava. I mean, he's exciting, he's electric, but he's young, and those big playmakers have one fault, and that's sometimes they make stupid plays. This game, he didn't really make, that many stupid plays. That, thank God, you got to play tight against a team against like Mississippi State. This is a get right game, and you got to get right. But I think the storyline for this one, just like it is for almost every Tennessee game, is Dylan Sampson, 30 carries for 149 yards and a touchdown, 5 yards a carry average. I mean, that's the good work out of the RB1, man.
Dylan Sampson is a really, really, really good running back. Like, he's just a baller. He's just a really good, solid running back.
Let's watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at oh my God. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my God. What? I mean, this wasn't bad blocking, but it's not great blocking.
No. Look, Mississippi State, they had penetration in the backfield. Oh shit.
I mean, look at this, dude.
They've got him. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4,
And then out the gate.
and gone.
Out the gate.
I'll give him 5 for that dude trying to tap his
Yeah.
butt. That dude was trying to smack him on the ass as he scored a touchdown. That's not cool.
Dylan Sampson's the kind of player that, in 2 years when he's in the NFL, he's going to be like a 3rd or 4th round draft pick. People are going to pick him up, and then he's just going to go the fuck off because he's a good running back. He's a good player.
Yeah. And there's some freak running backs in this class that are kind of, their name is stepping. Obviously, Ashton Genty is really the one that everyone thinks of.
Yeah.
Kind of taking a lot of the energy away from him. And I mean, he's really the lifeblood of this Tennessee Volunteers team. It's the top of the SEC, 8-1 overall, 5-1 in their conference. So, he shouldn't have that energy taken away from him. But, Genty's kind of a freak. So
if you're Tennessee, though, so Iamaleave, he went out in this game. Head coach Josh Heupel said it was just precautionary, just cautionary that they took him out. Because let's be real, it's Mississippi State. You don't really need Nico to risk further injury against Mississippi State. So hopefully he'll be able to get better and get right. Because Tennessee, they still have a lot to play for, bro.
A lot, dude. They're in an advantageous position, but they gotta finish. And I mean, they've got Georgia is next.
On the road at Georgia.
But if they can beat the Bulldogs, if they can hang on through that game, UTEP and Vanderbilt. I mean, obviously Vanderbilt's kind of dangerous, and it's at Vanderbilt, so they gotta not mess that one up. But UTEP and Vanderbilt are who wait on the other end of Georgia. So if they can get through the Bulldogs, then I mean, they've got a good chance to slide.
I mean, but if you're Tennessee, though, I'd be kind of nervous because that this Georgia team is going to be pissed the hell off. That they got absolutely smacked by Ole Miss, and they're coming back home to Athens, and now they got to play a huge rival in Tennessee who still has a lot to play for. That's going to be a huge game.
Yeah, it's going to be a SEC deciding game for sure.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a banger.
All right.
That shit's going to be dope. Yeah.
We're pushing on. Indiana beating Michigan. I mean, this was a very close game for Indiana, who just didn't lose it. In the end, when Michigan started to make their push there in the last couple quarters, the second half, they didn't lose the game. But this is a good Indiana team. They just win. They find a way, whatever it is. Kurt Cignetti, he's a good coach. Obviously this is a team that probably shouldn't be competing at the level they are. I mean, we were just talking about the hype around them. Right now, they're number 1 in the Big Ten behind Oregon somehow. Maybe they're top, but it's impressive the way that this team finds ways to win, and I think it's so impressive that I truly believe it doesn't matter the level of opponent. Like, I feel like they will just find a way to win.
Well, so that's where I disagree with you a little bit. So the thing that concerns me about Indiana is Michigan. Their offense is atrocious. Their offense is like historically bad. Their offense is awful. The drop off from a national championship winner the next year to this is astounding. Like, this is crazy. But Michigan, they still have a great defensive line. They have big boys up front, like legit NFL players. And Michigan pushed around Indiana's offensive line a little bit because typically you see Indiana, they try to go through the throat. They try to blow teams out.
Yeah,
because I think they know they need the style points. They just kind of settled in on this game because I think they knew, Michigan's not going to score. So let's just go up early and, I don't know if let's just ride it.
I mean, it's one of those things where if you look at their record coming into this game, like the score lines and everything, it's like at some point you've got to have a game where you're not beating your opponent by double.
True.
At least, True. And for Michigan, I want to say this for Michigan, like this is a very, very underperforming Michigan. And this is the kind of game that they had where it's like, this is their one shot to do something cool with this season, you know?
Yeah.
Like beating Indiana would have kind of given a little bit of hype for the season to say anything. And so I really think from what I was seeing, like this was Michigan and like you said, couple studs, absolute superstars on defense, kind of doing what they
Mason
do.
Graham,
Mason
especially.
Graham, dude. Mason Graham is a dog. And I
Yes.
mean, he, this team, that defense really relies around him. 4 total tackles, got a tackle for loss. TJ Guy had a big game, 2 sacks. But this team, I mean, like this Michigan defense, I think they saw the chance to do something crazy, beat a team they weren't supposed to beat.
Yep.
And I think they tried. And I think, honestly, I'm impressed with Indiana's ability not to let that get them down because, there's a couple moments there where a lesser team may have lost some momentum and may have gotten shot in the foot late against a team like Michigan.
I mean, so Curtis Rourke, Indiana's quarterback, he throws, an early second half interception. And after that, Indiana just got conservative. But I think a part of that is a credit to Michigan because Michigan, their big boys up front, their NFL dudes up front, they were not going to allow Indiana to just blow them out.
No, sir.
But Indiana, they knew Michigan wasn't going to score.
Yeah, right.
So they knew Indiana. They knew Michigan wasn't going to score. So it's just
I mean, they got that was a dime after getting hit too.
Yeah, Curtis Rourke, man.
Yeah, dude. He's the quarterback they need.
Mm-hmm.
That kid is he feels like the quarterback for a small school trying to make it big. He has
he's from the MAC. They got him from the MAC.
Yeah, dude. He's got that energy with him, dude.
And
that small guy trying to do big thing stuff. And I mean, this is one of the moments where it started to get a little worrisome. Yeah, dude. I mean, they can't score, but they can kind of score sometimes, every once in a while. Their best attribute is the run game still.
Yes.
Their offensive line has had some troubles, obviously. Davis Warren, their quarterback, 16 for 32. They don't do great in the pass game, but when they have high points, it's for sure the run game. Yes. But I mean, I really don't have much else to say for this game, just because it really was just such a put it in neutral and let it coast kind of performance for Indiana.
Yeah.
But, sometimes you got to dial. I mean, they have Ohio State. They got a bye week and then they have Ohio State. So I understand not wanting to push your team, not risking injury, going into literally the biggest game of your program's history. Screw the year. This is going to be the biggest game for Indiana, point blank.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so I get it.
And you get a bye week to go into it.
You got a bye week. You don't want to you want to make sure you don't have to waste your bye week healing players.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into this stuff, man. You got to think 3D chess when you're coaching football. I know you know this, Dr. Preston.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very important to play that 3D chess when a moment comes. And against a team like Michigan that's just kind of stale and stagnated this year, they do what they got to do to win. And
that's true.
That's the important thing. The W is it.
Yeah. All right, Riley, where do we want to go next?
I mean, we have to go to the Bloods versus the Crip battle.
Mainly just weren't those uniforms awesome, by the way?
It was a sick. I mean, I literally watched it. I was like, what in the Bloods versus Crips is this game? But it was a sick uni. I mean, the state of Utah showing out for this one.
Dude, they hate each other. They hate each other.
I've never seen Mormons be so upset.
Well, I mean, so Utah, a lot of people thought that they could, contend for the college football playoff, win the Big 12, all that. Obviously, Cam Rising's been hurt. they've had a very disappointing year. So, Riley, you know this. Whenever you have a disappointing year like that and your rival is coming to town who's undefeated, ranked number 9 in the country, the best way to kind of salvage your season is to ruin their season.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And
for sure.
it looked like for a while Utah was going to ruin BYU's season at home. And, you know, it was a very controversial call at the end of this game. It would have been a safety for Utah, but instead it was called defensive holding on Utah. And it gave BYU an automatic first down. And then BYU was able to drive down the field and kick a game-winning field goal. And I don't know if you saw this, but Utah's athletic director came out and publicly ripped the referees. It's not their head coach. That's our athletic director.
Yeah, it's their AD.
Yep.
Their AD ripping them.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, this game is toxic. And now just, the athletic director ripping the refs like that, it just, This is why rivalry games are so amazing. It's so awesome.
Damn, they don't have. I wish they had the play. Yeah, they got the field goal. Here's the field goal that led to. Watch this again.
BYU is able to go on the road and keep their playoff hopes alive.
Absolutely, man. They really
crazy.
They really did, dude. It's insane. Yep. I mean, BYU is just one of those teams, man. One of those teams. They're out there in the Big 12 just having a good time, beating up on people, thinking about maybe doing something stupid like trying to join the Big 10 or the SEC. They're over there plotting in whatever language Mormons speak.
True.
That was dumb. But it's looking all in all more like they're going to have themselves a date with Coach Prime.
Yeah.
The Colorado Buffaloes for a Big 12 conference championship. So, that's going to be a great game to watch.
Colorado has been playing really, really good football lately.
Yeah, dude. Listen, they've pulled it back. Everybody got worried there at the beginning of this season, but they pulled it back.
They were down 13-0 against Texas Tech yesterday, and they kind of stormed back. We're like, okay, we're done fucking around. Like, that's pretty impressive. I mean, they went on a 41-14 run at the end of that game. So
let's see what else we have. There's that. We got that game coming up. Boise State versus Nevada. Notre Dame absolutely ripped Florida State. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not even going to. It makes sense. That's all you need to know. Alabama absolutely pummeling LSU. Oh. This is the next one that we've got to talk about. I mean, there's so many. Let's just watch. We're going to watch the highlights when we talk about this. I mean, Alabama, dude. Everybody has been doubting the Tide, and listen. Obviously, they've had an underperforming season at 6-2. Oh, disgusting 6-2.
Yeah. You hate
and yeah, but they went into Death Valley, the fake Death Valley, and shut that crowd up, dude. That crowd was gone before the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Who leaves the real Death Valley? We may have lost to Louisville, but our fans didn't empty the stands before the fourth quarter.
Yes, they did. Don't lie.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They did. We almost came back. They were there.
No, we
had a moment.
They were pouring out. That's fake news, Riley. Anyway.
That's not fake news. They were there.
No, they were not. Anyway. Fucking
they weren't as gone. Oh, wait. We gotta watch. We got some trash throwing. Can't forget about the trash throwing.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Texas fans for starting this horrible fucking precedent. Throwing trash on the field this year. Oh my God.
Whoop. That's
Yep.
face mask.
That's 100% a face mask.
Wait for it.
Like,
Let the trash rain.
if you're, this just shows that LSU fans are not very smart. Like, if you're going to get upset about a call, make sure it's a bad call. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love the cheerleaders holding their heads with signs like, don't hit us with trash. Ew.
I know, dude. That's just a bad look. I mean, like,
everybody's got to trash the field. It's kind of a Death Valley thing.
yeah. So Riley, I thought a huge key to this game was, so Alabama, they had a bye week going into this. Both teams had a bye week, because that's kind of like the SEC tradition to give both of these teams a bye week going into this game because it's such a massive game.
Yeah.
Well, Jalen Milroe, he had been kind of banged up. That's Alabama's quarterback. And when he's healthy, their best option, their best offense is his ability to run the ball.
Oh, is it?
He's so dynamic, and he got a week to get healthy. And dude, he went off for 185 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. That's not a running back.
Dude.
That's a quarterback.
That's, dude, insane, man. Insane.
He averaged 15 yards a carry.
I mean, with that longest 72 on that absolutely electric play.
Yeah, I mean,
boom.
I mean, that was, and I mean, the other thing that I want to point out, Garrett. So, the other thing is, so LSU against Texas A&M and their mobile quarterback, Marcel Reed, A&M kind of stomped them. It was closer than it looked like at the end because LSU kind of made a little comeback. But Marcel Reed ran all over them. You don't think Kalen DeBoer saw that film and said, oh, we've got a quarterback that's even better than him.
We can do you one better, buddy.
Yeah, dude. So LSU, they just proved again that they cannot stop the quarterback run game. And it's hard to stop a mobile quarterback. Like no team can, shut it down, but you have to try to defend it a little bit. The other thing is Garrett Nussmeier, he didn't play very well, LSU's quarterback. He had 239 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. But so this game was
and a fumble lost.
Yeah, he also lost a fumble. This game was rainy. It was kind of miserable in Death Valley, which it was ugly. Brian Kelly has a history of this. In rainy games, Brian Kelly loves to throw the football for some reason.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like he
wild?
threw the ball 42 times.
In the rain, dude. In like ugly, dreary rain.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
That's not a recipe for success.
Especially not when the other team is putting up 311 rushing yards on your forehead.
I know, dude.
It's crazy, dude. Absolutely insane.
Also, this is just my opinion. God, I hope the college football playoff committee, agrees with me. I really hope that they do. I worry that they don't. LSU's lost 3 games.
Yeah.
They should not be in the college football playoff.
I mean, they said that like whatever team lost this game was almost guaranteed eliminated. So
yeah,
I think that's going to hold. I mean, they're already at 15 before they lost. There's almost no chance.
No, I hope not. I mean,
it would be crazy, dude. It'd be absolute shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Alabama.
I don't have much more to say. Alabama fucking rolls. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, dude. What else? Right. What else do we got?
I mean, a close one from Boise State and Nevada, but it's kind of whatever. Austin Genty continues his elite performances, 34 carries, 209 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's, kind of crazy. Iowa State, Kansas. Kansas pulls an upset.
This game was not as close as it appeared. Kansas went up 38-13 at one point. Like
Iowa State scored 16 in the 4th.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big game for me. Let's talk about Virginia pulling the upset against Pitt because this is
a huge game.
This was another one that, I mean, thank you, Virginia, a school I do love for doing something so valuable for me, like taking Pitt down another notch. Because, you know, this was Pitt was a dangerous team coming into, you know, the last half of the season. And, you know, two tough loss back to back kind of take them out of contention now. Thank God.
Yep.
But Virginia, man, who'd have thought them Cavaliers, dude? This was that's such a weird interception. I had to watch the Kobe pace. Tony Elliott, when he left Clemson, he took something with him. That was Kobe pace.
Oh my God.
It's true, dude. Kobe pace, pretty good runner, dude. I mean,
yeah,
kind of hurt losing him, but he wanted to go with Tony Elliott. He only came to Clemson for Tony Elliott. He left Clemson with him. So
good for him, dude.
Good for him. And I mean, I really don't.
That's a huge win for UVA.
Dude, another huge win. 5-3, the Virginia Cavaliers. I mean, 340 total yards. An absolute, literally dead even split, passing and rushing with 170 in both. Did throw 2 interceptions. Calendra. I mean, it's not a great team. UVA is not a great team. They're a team that can win, which is cool. You don't see a lot of that. And they can beat some fun opponents. I mean, we beat Wake Forest, beat Boston College. Obviously, we beat Pitt. But, you know, you don't expect much out of the Cavaliers, but an occasional upset like this, so it's good to see.
So they go play bro, can you imagine if they beat SMU? I don't think it's going to happen. So they go play at Notre Dame, home for SMU, then for rivalry week, game that I very much care about, at Lane Stadium at Virginia Tech. So that's
the Commonwealth Cup, baby.
The Commonwealth Cup, you know.
I mean, it's absolutely big. But I mean, yeah, at Notre Dame, that's going to be a rough one. Versus SMU, another potential rough one. If they can pull an upset in one of those games, I may jizz my trousers. But yeah, no, I mean, Virginia doing the improbable. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to this one. Last one before we get to the Trash Talk Cup and wrap this thing.
No, there's another game I want to talk about.
All right. Well, we got to go quick.
Yeah, we got to go quick.
I mean, I went Colorado 7 sacks, 11 tackles for a loss. That defense is kicking it up recently. Not that Texas Tech is really known for having a great offensive line, but that defense showed up today. Shadur, 3 touchdowns on 291 yards. Travis Hunter, 9 catches for 99 yards and a touchdown, including an absolute incredible, little screen.
Yeah, he just takes it.
Oh, this is the tortilla. This is him getting the tortilla.
Oh, yeah, this is weird.
Did you see what he did with it?
Yeah, he put it in his pants.
No. After the game, he signed it.
Oh, yeah, he did? No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. He signed it and
it's funny.
Put it somewhere. That's hilarious. I'm trying to.
That is hilarious.
This is what I'm looking for. The tunnel.
The little tunnel screen.
24 yards for a tutty. No one can touch him.
Nope. I mean, so Riley, I have to give Colorado credit. Their lines of scrimmage have been much improved since they got blown out by Nebraska, especially their D line. You know, their offensive line is still kind of a work in progress, but their defensive line has really, really improved. And I think a big thing, so we've talked about it before, the Big 12 is just kind of a bunch of, they're all the same team, basically. No one really stands out. You know, they're all the same just kind of team.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of NFL talent. And I think a big difference is now that Colorado has fixed their kind of, defensive issues up front with improved D-line play, the difference for Colorado is the fact that they do have 2 first-round draft picks on their team.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It does. That's a big difference, man. And to go with the 2 first-round draft picks, a whole host of other talent around them.
Yeah.
I mean, they do. I've seen Shador and Travis Hunter are the superstars. They're the very obvious, 2 guys for this team.
Mhm.
But they have got some talent, especially in the skill positions. I mean, it's what you expect Coach Prime to do, go out and get himself some players. But Will Shepard is an absolute dog. LeJontay Wester is also very good. I mean, he's shown himself this season, a very speedy player.
Yes.
So, they're out there just playing good ball this year so far. I mean, they're showing back up.
Yeah. If they win out, they'll be in the Big 12 title game, that's crazy. And if you win the Big 12, you're going to the college football playoff. So
they got Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma State to finish off their route. I mean,
I will say this: if Kansas plays like they did yesterday, that game will be really tough.
For sure. No, winnable, but not easy. I mean, Utah is a
No.
dangerous team. Obviously, they're at the bottom, but it's a team you got to respect. Kansas, Oklahoma State, all of them, dude. You can't sleep through any of these games. Got to just show up and keep playing the football you're playing.
All right, Riley, I want to talk about one more game just briefly before we get to the Trash Talk Cup. The Oklahoma-Missouri game.
Gotcha.
This game wasn't a great game until about 5 minutes left in the game. So you didn't watch this game, did you?
No, but we got the highlights, the absolute tizzy in the end. Boom. All right. So these are the highlights from the game. This was sick. We saw this.
Yep. The fake punt. Yeah.
Boop.
Oklahoma. Oh, the hurdle. Saquon Barkley looking ass.
Nah, he did this one straightforward.
he didn't go backwards.
You can't disrespect Saquon like that. That's just a white boy. That's a white boy that ran a little track. The third quarter, dude. It went from the first quarter to the third quarter.
Dude, I'm telling you, this game wasn't good until the last 5 minutes. So Missouri scores. Yep.
I mean, we're just gonna. Here we are.
Gonna go to the fourth quarter. I'm telling you, dude.
All right. So 8 minutes left. They're gonna score.
Yep.
I'm assuming
they are gonna score. Touchdown,
all of
Missouri.
The stuff in the fourth quarter. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, dude. All right, now watch this. This shit's crazy. Throwing it back to Jackson Arnold. Touchdown. Yep. Now just
the wait. John Wall. He did the John Wall.
Just wait, Riley. Just wait till you see this. Scoop and score.
Wow.
With 2 minutes left, Oklahoma takes the lead 23-16. And then Missouri comes back down.
Brett Venables' defense.
And they score. Yep, Brett Venables' defense. This is not Brett Venables' defense.
What happened to? Why did that dude just dive out?
He just fell. I think he just fell.
Yeah,
bro, it's a really bad idea to leave Luther Burden, maybe the best receiver in the country, that wide open.
Yeah, he'll be a burden to you for sure.
Oh yeah. Watch this. This game was just really bad and then really great.
I mean, they were like, nope, we're not losing this game. Damn it. We're not losing. That's hilarious. I mean, that is kind of crazy. Like they were like
Yowies touchdown.
They literally gave the game up and they were like, no.
Now watch this. Watch this, Riley.
Here it is. What are you doing?
There were two scooping scores in the last 2 minutes of the game.
That's insane, dude.
That's fucking insane. Riley, that's a classic Big 12 game right there. Both these teams showed their Big 12.
Yeah, man. They really did. 34 minutes of possession time for Missouri. Yeah. 4 turnovers for Oklahoma. The right team won. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
All right.
That was worth it. You know what? That was worth it. I appreciate that.
Told you.
Definitely.
It was
That
a
was definitely
bad
nice.
game until it wasn't.
All right, now we got to talk about the Trash Talk Tailgate Cup. Clemson versus Virginia Tech, an absolute classic. And Clemson really just this was a nothing game until the second half, and then once it kicked on, it kicked on. Let's watch. Oh no, we got to watch the big first touchdown that really changed the energy.
Oh, so you're not going to show the block field goal? Because Clemson had another field goal block, by the way.
We'll watch. I guess we can
This
watch
time
it.
it was that's TJ Moore.
It didn't really matter. Here it is.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, our special teams woes have been a little rough. That side of our kick or our field goal team, I don't know what is going on, dude. That side sucks. Like it is that side every time.
Mm.
I don't know what's going on, dude. Clemson, you need someone to come stand there and field goal team. I'll come do it.
Yeah, dude. Hashtag hire the TTT. We'll do it. Probably do it better than you are.
You probably don't want Preston doing it, but I'll do it. I don't think Preston will do too good on field goal.
No, absolutely not.
Put your arms out and just take the hit. Let's watch Cole Turner. Absolutely. This was the first one. This was also a dagger. This is the cover of the live stream right here.
Yeah, you didn't have to do me like that, Riley. This game, I mean, it felt good to go up early.
Yeah, dude, with that, and it was so electric, the block kick. I was like, what the hell? Nothing was happening. The whole first half was just that block kick.
Yeah.
And I was worried, but then the Clemson script kicks in, and in the second half, it really was just, electric almost.
Offensively, we couldn't do anything. Interception. Yeah.
Literally. Honestly, we couldn't do anything until the second half either. Like, this was a tale of two defenses.
Yeah.
Until all of a sudden we just started being able to play.
Initially, I thought Felton caught this.
Wait, dude, who couldn't? Who didn't?
Yeah,
this was insane.
It looked like he was going to run into the end zone.
Same thing with Virginia Tech's one interception. I thought Brenningstool called it until it was an interception.
Yeah, it's true.
But this was insane. We're going to watch this. This is just Hampton is a dog, and and he's going to be back. That's a true freshman, dude.
Wow. It's almost like if you play inside leverage, good things are going to happen as a DB.
All right, let's watch. This is Virginia Tech's interception.
Yeah.
Just to compare how crazy.
I just don't understand what Klubnik is doing. Like, that's just a bad idea.
It was a terrible idea.
It was a horrible idea.
Almost worked. Terrible idea.
At least Kyron Jones, you're like, okay, I've got one-on-one with my best
he did have one-on-one.
Receiver. Yeah, well, no.
It was, it was. That dude was.
No, it wasn't. He had
3 yards ahead of the play. Hold on, I got to click over here. Then back.
I want to see this play again.
It was stupid, though. This was retarded. But he went to his best 1v1 receiver. Yeah, he's one-on-one. That dude was coming.
Okay, that's fair. That's
from
fair.
Down the field.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's like Drake Brenningstool is 6'6", 240 pounds, and has a really nice catch radius.
But
it's stupid. I don't want him to make that play, but it's not the craziest thing that Cade Klubnik has done. Pulling the ball against Miami last year was the craziest thing Cade Klubnik's ever done.
It's just like if you're a quarterback, and I was a quarterback, like if you're scrambling around and you're getting hit as you throw and you lob that bitch, bad things are going to happen.
And they happen, dude. They always happen, and they did happen. And thank God your offense was absolutely stagnating, because if it wasn't for that, it might have
shout out to Clemson though. You guys didn't have Capehart, you didn't have Peter Woods, your two stud defensive tackles. And
but we got studs. That's
you do have studs all across. Yeah.
And it was a big dude. Our secondary had a pretty good game. Obviously, the interception, but there were some really good pass breakups all game. Ashton Hampton, got to give him his shouts. Avion Terrell played a really good game. I mean, he's positioning himself as one of the best corners, just like his big brother. Wade Woodaz, only one tackle, but like he had a great game. He was blowing up that run game. Sammy Brown, the true freshman, absolute stud. 8 total tackles, 5 solos, a sack, 2.5 tackles for a loss. That's by himself.
Yeah.
Agent Zero has a great game. RJ Mickens, he had a great game.
Yeah.
RJ Mickens picked an interception as well. He got the one from the backup, Colin Schlee.
It's just so frustrating as a Virginia Tech fan. Like, you know, we always have great defense. Going back to Frank Beamer, Justin Fuente, with Bud Foster, it's just our offenses have always been dog shit, and it's just
that time of possession though, dude.
Yeah,
36 minutes. Also, the penalty game from both teams very sloppy. This was one of the sloppiest penalty games I've seen from Clemson.
Game.
But honestly, dude, the refs were fucking, crazy. Like they were on one. ACC officiating as classic as always.
It's true.
It goes both ways. That's the worst part. You can't even say the refs win or lose games. You really can't because they just screw everyone.
No. Unless you're Utah's AD.
Which, that one was a little bit more egregious. I don't know. That's almost as bad. That Utah AD feels like every Bengals fan.
True.
All right. Speaking of Bengals, we got to push on. We got one last thing to do here.
Hang on, Riley. Congratulations on winning the Trash Talk Bowl. You deserve it,
you, dude. Absolutely. You bastard. I deserved it. This was a hard one. All right. We got to do it. We got to do it fast. Well, first, what happened this morning? The Panthers beat the Giants. Jesus. Oh, that's hilarious.
I wasn't even watching that game, bro.
All right, here we go. Patriots and Bears in Chicago. Who you got? Absolute toilet bowl. I'm going to pick the Bears. I'll pick mine first.
Funniest thing ever. I'm taking the Patriots in the upset.
All right. I feel it, dude. I mean, this is either team could be either one.
This is like the
Bills versus Colts in Indianapolis.
Give me the Bills.
I feel
the Bills are just a better football team. The Bills are a better football team.
They're a good team.
Yeah.
Broncos at Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs here, man. The Broncos are going to be fighting for an upset, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it against the Chiefs.
Yeah, at this point, you can't bet against the Chiefs. Give me Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs at home.
Falcons at the Saints. It's in the Caesars Superdome. The
Saints are in sell mode. Also, by the way, congratulations on getting Marshawn Lattimore from the Saints.
Appreciate it. He's not going to be in this game, but we'll see him next game.
No. So the Saints are in sell mode. Give me the Falcons on the road.
Falcons today, dude. Perko Cousins at 1 p.m. It's dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
The 49ers at Buccaneers. The 49ers with CMC. CMAC is back.
Yes.
The CMAC attack. I'm going to go with the 49ers. I think rejuvenation is the key. And I think we're going to see the playbook finally open up out there. And, the Buccaneers are on a weird little slide right now. That's a good squad, so you got to be careful. But I think the 49ers with some renewed energy.
I agree with everything you said, Riley. Give me the 49ers. The Bucs are completely decimated by injury right now.
Yeah, dude. It's a hard team. The Steelers at the Commanders. This is the big game for the 1 p.m. section for sure. I'm going to go with my Commanders. I can't pick anyone else, but this is going to be our truest test, I think. The Steelers defense is no joke.
I just worry about that Commanders offensive line going up against the Steelers D-line. Yeah. I'm going to take the Steelers to get a big one on the road.
All right. We have the Vikings versus the Jaguars. This one's in Jacksonville. I'm going to take the Vikings quick, though. Jacksonville is another team in sell mode.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Vikings. The Vikings are a better football team.
All right. We have the Titans at the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers, man. In LA, SoFi is going to be rocking.
Yeah. Give me the Chargers. Titans are not
Ooh.
a very good football team.
They're not. This is the Eagles versus the Cowboys in Arlington. I'm gonna go with the Eagles, and I'm gonna go with they beat the record for most points scored against the Cowboys at home.
That's awesome. I'm also going to take the Eagles. The Eagles are a better football team. Dak Prescott out for the year. That's a
He's done.
huge loss for them. I think the Cowboys, their season is in the tank right now, and it's just give me the Eagles.
All right. Jets, Cardinals.
Oh, dude, the Cardinals are a better football team.
All day.
I mean, yeah. Give me the Cardinals.
I think the Jets getting upset. I'm picking the Jets. Oh, what a crazy guy. He's wild.
Okay.
The Lions versus the Texans in NRG Stadium. I mean, I think it's got to be the Lions, dude. The Texans are still missing Nico Collins. They're not the potent offense that we're used to. So, I don't think they're going to – I think the Lions are going to come in there and perform like they have been.
I like the Lions. Give me the Lions on the road.
And Monday night, Dolphins versus Rams, an absolute toilet bowl. I don't know who to pick. Let's go with the Dolphins for an upset. I want them to get
I'm going to go with the Rams. The Dolphins season seems and feels kind of over because of the Tua injury. They just, it was just too much ground to make up. I'm going to go with the Rams to try to get back on track.
All right, man. This has been a great one. That's it, folks. We did it. We covered college. We talked about what we think is going to win in these games. Kickoff's about to happen. We thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep coming back. We got another one tonight.
Yes.
But this one's over, folks.
Yep.
Peace.